Greetings from Snake Mountain Boatworks on Thursday, March 12, 2020. Look at that, huh? That's a Penn Yan like you've never seen. Here is our 1951 18-foot Penn Yan President, powered by a gray marine Phantom 6112 flathead 6 with a stern drive system installed. We are the second owners. She's gone through a complete preservation at Snake Mountain Boatworks. All of her wood is original. The only repairs we had to do was to the backing strip that's behind the stainless rub rails. There were a couple sections that had been, well, they'd served their purpose. The boat ran into something, and the wood kept the rub rail from collapsing completely. We were able to straighten that out, and we replaced that little section of the backing, the half-round backing. Her bottom, per Penn Yan specs, is Chinese red. We've been working along with and being advised by Charlie Santee, Horseheads, New York, who is probably the Thousand Islands region's foremost expert on all things Penn Yan, all Penn Yan boats, their history, their models. And Charlie has been just invaluable, because it's not easy to find literature on Penn Yan boats, and there were so few of these Presidents sold and therefore manufactured that it's very, very difficult to find any information on the boats themselves, unlike a Chris Craft or a Lyman. We're not sure about this Bergie. This is the Bergie that was on her when I purchased her, but she's a nice size, she's quite old, and kind of cool. So there she sits. The President model had cedar ceilings, quite an elaborate gauge panel. Thanks again to Shauna Whiting, Cochin Instruments in Stacy, Minnesota. Shauna just, as is always the case, just did a masterful job putting this Dodge panel together, restoring it to original specs. Yes, I see we've got a little bit of wire to tie up, and that'll be done soon. How about that 4-in-the-floor shifter? That's pretty cool, isn't it? I will make one observation. I'm a big guy, and as a big guy, sometimes getting into small spaces is not particularly easy. This boat belongs to my wife and myself. Fortunately, she's 5'3". She'll pop right into that helm station in a heartbeat. Try to put a 240-pound guy into that helm station. It's just, once you get in, it's fine. It's comfortable. But this is kind of like a little church pew. The only mechanism securing it is, I think you can see right there, those little hooks on each side. That's what keeps this puppy in place. That's it. The upholstery was done by Marine Canvas of Vermont, and I know you probably get tired of hearing about it, but once again, Mickey Dupuy turned trash into treasure with all of the hardware. She is mahogany planked on her top sides. She's strip tight, what is particularly unusual, whoa, sorry about the shadow, about this Penn Yan is that you'll notice that the engine is sitting a long way aft, which gives wonderful seating room. And the prop hangs off this bronze safety apparatus. There are a number of things about it that are really wonderful. One, you notice that the rudder only is underwater where it passes through the bronze mounting platform. So that source of leakage is gone. I looked around and around and around when I first bought this boat, and I said, geez, it's got a lifting ring in the front, but no lifting ring in the back. Well, you'd think maybe that can lift the boat, but if you lift the boat from there, your line is going to beat up the transom. I guess not, because Penn Yan thought of that too. The line will come up, pass through here. This will protect the boat. We've retained her 6-volt system, at least for now. Her Phantom dual carb 112 horsepower flathead 6 had just been rebuilt when we bought her. We will go ahead and run her and see how the engine performs. It remains to be seen whether we send it off to Robert Henkel, Peter Henkel Incorporated in Marine City, Michigan. But I just wish against wish, you know, that the water was soft and the temps were high so that we could take her out. These boats are reputed to be able to run at full speed, crank a sharp turn, and not skip, not skid. You can run them into a chop with a trailing wind, full bore, and because the weight is that far aft, all that will happen is the nose will rise slightly and she'll run just as smoothly as can be. I'll know that after I've tested her out. The trailer is yet another from our very good friends, Megan Meisler and Gary and the entire family at Loadmaster Trailer Company Limited in Port Clinton, Ohio. If you need a trailer, please call Megan. They are the best. Gary had never seen one of these hulls. He and I worked over the phone with tape measures, doing a bunch of measurements, and I kept asking Gary, you sure? Do you think this thing's really going to fit? He said, well, it has to. And here the trailer came with very typical overkill bunk support. We did adjust the bunks ever so slightly, but as you can see, they cradle this boat the entire length just as nicely as can be. I'm guessing this is going to be a wonderful trailer to launch and retrieve with. So, with that, and wishing I could just hook my truck up to her, take her down and launch her and see what she'd do, we'll certainly video that come spring. It's always come before, it has to come again, right? So, here's our post-preservation graduation video for our 1951 18-foot Penn Yan President. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now from Snake Mountain Boatworks.